contributions and well, the value addition to our forum. And well, the very point of the trust of businessmen and public at large drew my attention, and it strengthened my conviction that realistic, objective and bold assessment of the current economic situation is of utmost importance, and any attempts on the side of authorities to hide figures and facts will strike back in the long run and will be detrimental to the overall efforts to overcome the current crisis. Thank you, Mr. Litvin, once again. Thank you. And now, dear ladies and gentlemen, the last panelist from the morning set or session is Professor Armnia Banerjee. So a little introduction of his. Well, it's really heartening for me personally to welcome this gentleman, because for about 10 years I've been working in India, know this country pretty well, and I'd like to emphasize that the lessons should be drawn from its economic achievements of late. India is one of the major economic players now in the world, and this was a result of bold and overall structural economic reforms in this country, based on laissez-faire and based on introduction an absolutely new vision of how a modern economy should develop. Mr. Banerjee is Mr. Banerjee, how are you?
I'm fine. Very good morning.
Morning, sir. Well, Mr. Banerjee was an editor for a well-known edition of Portfolio Organizer, a monthly publication pertaining to areas of investments, personal finance and global economy. He has edited several books, namely Islamic Investments, Global Stock Exchanges, Dawn of a New Era and Capital Markets in the BRIC Economies. He has more than 40 published articles, studies, researches in finance-related areas in international and leading Indian and international journals. Mr. Banerjee, please, the floor is yours.
Hello. Am I audible out there?
Yes, please proceed with your presentation.
Okay. Very good morning. A very good morning to all the guests.
Morning.
Very good morning. Let me introduce myself. Very good morning, thank you. Let me introduce myself. I'm a professor at a business school which is based in Dubai and at this campus in Sydney as well as Singapore. So I shuttle between these three places and take some advanced finance courses which are primarily oriented towards business school students. That is how I go. Primarily, this is my background. Before this, I was working in Switzerland, in the United States of Switzerland, in years. So that was my background.
Please go.
Okay. If I stand correct, if my understanding goes like this, I'm supposed to speak about the GCC with focus on Dubai, what has been going across in the region, and what the world is thinking about this region. May I proceed with this?
Okay, please, but mind, please, that we are a bit limited.
How much should I dare to speak? What should be the timeline should be speaking?
Well, if it is possible, something like 15 minutes.
Okay, that's great. And I will be speaking on GCC and Dubai. Is that okay?
Well, it's okay, and if it is possible to generalize some facts and findings about the current economic crisis, global crisis.
Thank you so much. To begin with, let us understand how this region has been moving in the last few years. This region primarily, the GCC was primarily moving on the basis of its strength, which was oil, which was hydrocarbon. And one of the strengths has been its petrodollars. The oil which was around $29, something around in the year 2003, moved abnormally in $147, and that all of a sudden raised stakes in the sovereign wealth funds of these nations. Now, what happened in these times, these countries, especially the Gulf nations, were not able to diversify their assets. And it was at this point of time that Dubai started a strong vision, one of the nations, one of the states. 90% of the population is being
What shall we do? Now we hear you once again.
Yeah. So what has happened all these years? We have seen the domination of the expatriate in this region. Now we have to understand here what we understood here is, unlike in United States and unlike in Canada, where the second and third generation expatriates become citizens here, people do not become citizens here. The growth factor in this region was primarily dominated, as I said, was due to something which was the hydrocarbons. Now the growth was tremendous. The growth was almost a double digit, which was almost equal to what the emerging nations used to grow at. And the question was, why is the country growing at this rate? And what was the primary reason? Was there anything which was fundamental to the growth factor? What we see in 2008, when the credit crisis emerged and had an impact, it started getting felt in this region.
Դուք նրանով, որ Policy Forum Armenian առաջիններից էր, որ զեկույց հրատարակեց ուրեմն ճգնաժամի վերաբերյալ, որում կարողացանք փորձեցինք այն միտումների մասին նախոսալ, որոնք այն ժամանակ 2008-ի աշնանը արդեն ակնկալվում էին գլոբալ տնտեսության առումով, եւ նաեւ նշել բոլոր այն ռիսկերը, որոնք առկա են Հայաստանի տնտեսության դեպքում։ Բայց դժբախտաբար թե բարեբախտաբար այսօր չենք խոսալու մեր զեկույցի մասին, դուք այն ունեք ձեր պատերներում։ Այսօր մեր նպատակը ուրեմն լսել այն քաղաքականություն, տնտեսական քաղաքականություն իրագործողների ներկա եւ անցյալ, որոնք ավելի քան քաջատեղյակ են, ինչը տեղի ունենում Հայաստանի տնտեսության հետ, ինչ միտումներ կան եւ ինչպեսի քաղաքականություններ իրականացում են եւ կարող են իրականացնել։